ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति।
किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रहस्तम् इच्छामि त्वां द्रष्टुमहं तथैव तेनैव रूपेण चतुर्भुजेन सहस्रबाहो भव विश्वमूर्ते। श्रीभगवानुवाच मया प्रसन्नेन तवार्जुनेदं रूपं परं दर्शितमात्मयोगात् तेजोमयं विश्वमनन्तमाध्यम् यन्मे त्वदन्येन न द्रष्टपूर्वम् न वेदयज्ञाध्ययनैर्न दानैः न च क्रियाभिर्न तपोभिरुग्रैः एवं रूपः शक्य अहं नृलोके द्रष्टुं त्वदन्येन कुरु प्रवीर। मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीदृङ्ममेदम् व्यपेतभिप्रीतमनाः पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य। सञ्जय उवाच इत्यर्जुनं वासुदेवस्तथोक्त्वा स्वकं रूपं दर्शयामास भूयः आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनं भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा। अर्जुन उवाच दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपं तव सौम्यं जनार्दन इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः सचेता प्रकृतिं गतः। श्रीभगवानुवाच सुदुर्दर्शमिदं रूपं दृष्टवानसि यन्मम देवा अप्यस्य रूपस्य नित्यं दर्शनकाङ्क्षिणः। नाहं वेदैर्न तपसा न दानेन न चेज्यया शक्य एवं विधो द्रष्टुं दृष्टवानसि मां यथा भक्त्या त्वनन्यया शक्यः अहमेवं विधोऽर्जुन ज्ञातुं द्रष्टुं च तत्त्वेन प्रवेष्टुं च परं तप। मत्कर्म कृन्मत्परमः मद्भक्तः सङ्गवर्जितः निर्वैरः सर्वभूतेषु यः स मामेति पाण्डव।
Arjuna says, I want to see your gentle, I want to see your gentle form, not the Vishwarupa. Even though I asked it, I didn't know what I was asking. That's what he's saying. I asked it. Most of the time, we do that in life. We ask and we don't know what we are asking. And only when the answer comes, you understand this is not what you are asking. This is not what you wanted. You wanted something else, but you ask something, else. And then when it comes, you feel, oh my God, this is not what I bargained for. This is not what I paid for. This is not what I asked for. So Arjuna asked for. Krishna was very considerate. In chapter 10, Krishna was very considerate in giving knowledge according to Arjuna's level. But the student is always greedy. They always assume that they are one step below realization already. And all students who come in Vedanta, I have seen it. They always start that they are one step below realization. All that they need next is realization. That's all. Rest of it and all is for the others. For me, it is only just a realization, sir. That's all. So Arjuna, this is not a new thing because we were there 10,000 years back in Krishna's time. We said the same thing. 5,000 years back, some other master, we said the same thing. Today also, we keep saying the same thing, but we don't change at all. What? We don't grow. Otherwise, why we will keep coming again and again and again? Punaha api, punaha api. The fact that we are coming again and again and again means having heard this a million times also we have not yet transformed. Having heard this a million times also we have not yet changed. That's why most of these things that you hear will not look new to you. Some of the words may look new to you. The ideas and all will not look new to you. Why? Because you have been hearing this for janmas after janmas, you are listening. But then you know how to, you hear it and you also know how to bypass it. You hear it, you also know how to bypass it. So the Arjuna, Krishna being the guru, he started with Arjuna's level of giving knowledge according to Arjuna's level. What is according to Arjuna's level knowledge? Learn to see divine everywhere. Not to learn to see divine everywhere. Learn to see the goodness of life first. First, learn to see life has lot of goodness. That is Vibhuti Yoga. He showed that. But Arjuna thought he is risen above. He has risen above all that. Therefore, he asked for. What did he ask for? He asked for Vishwarupa. And when Krishna showed Vishwarupa, he got anything grand. The first few seconds, the first few minutes will always be wonderment. Isn't it? You go to you take any good experience, you take any inspiring experience, the first few minutes always will be one of wonderment, ascharya, isn't it? And how long will that wow moment last? How long will that wow moment last? It will not last for more than few seconds or few minutes, that's all. And then something else takes over. And then something else takes over. Now what happened here? Arjuna asked for Vishwarupa when Krishna showed him Vibhuti Yoga. When Krishna taught him Vibhuti means what? Vibhuti means what? Life has blessings. Lot of blessings it has. Lot of goodness it has. But the mind will ignore all the blessings and it will focus on that one bad thing that you have in life. There are 10 good things you have in life and one bad thing that you will have in life. You will say thank you for that 10 good things and forget it. And that one bad thing that you have in life, you will remember, relive, hold on. And you can never let go of that one bad thing. Why? Then only you can complain. No. Then only you can criticize. Then only you can complain. Then only you can make yourself feel better. Supposing if you go on saying thank you, thank you, thank you, what will you do after a while? You feel so, I don't know, whatever you feel. So from Vibhuti Yoga, the transformation happened to Vishwarupa. And in Vishwarupa, what happened? Wonderment happened first. After wonderment, what happened? Came fear. After wonderment, fear came. Fear is because of what? The reality is shown and he is not yet ready to, accept the reality. That's the fear. The fear of what? The fear of the reality. What is the reality? What is the reality? The reality is this. If birth is divine, death is divine. If profit is divine, loss is divine. If praises are divine, abuse is also divine. It means there is only one thing. What? It means there is only one thing. What? There is only divine. Meaning it's all expressions of Brahman. It is all expressions of God. We don't see creation as an expression of God. We see creation as something different from God. Again, I repeat, we don't see the entire creation as God. We see creation as something different from God. That's where it's very important to understand this knowledge that every aspect of creation is Ramtirtha says, it's only God. Don't reverse it, he said. God reverse பண்ணா என்ன ஆகும்? என்னப்பா ஆகும்? விஜய், God reverse பண்ணா what will happen? DOG ன்னு மாறுமா? Isn't it? Ramtirtha says, it's all, learn to see everything as GO. Everything is God, God, God. That maturity we don't have. You can't directly have that maturity. The mistake that most of the students do, including Arjuna, is what? They always want to jump. They always want to jump levels. Number one. Number two, why do they want to jump levels? Because of the greed. They always want to jump levels because of the greed. And most of the time, they come with the greed, and this greed, they go back thinking as mumukshatva. It's just greed. It's just plain greed, that's all. But that greed will be misunderstood as mumukshatva. So they go back saying, yeah, I have decided, sir, in this Janma, I want only self-realization. You follow? Very, very difficult is to see the entire creation has come out of God. That's where the first 6 chapters and 7 and 9 chapter is chapter 7 and chapter 9, where we studied it in detail, is very important. Assuming that there is a God that created the world, how did God create the world? How did God create the world? God created the world by becoming the world. If this formula is not understood, bhakti is impossible. God created the world by becoming the world. Then what is all this misery and pain and everything? That is all the mind not willing to accept the reality. creation can sustain only when opposites are maintained. For creation to sustain, opposites have to be there. For you to eat, supposing if you are always feeling full and not feeling hungry at all, what will happen to you? Can you survive? You have to feel full and you have to feel hungry too. It means creation can sustain only when opposites exist. The mind not willing to accept this tries to divide life into two opposites, and while it wants to hold on to one opposite, it wants to reject the other. Now, this means a very immature seeker, a very immature spiritual person. That immature spiritual person, when Vishwarupa is encountered, gets into fear. And then he graphically described what all he saw, isn't it? What all he saw, isn't it? Krishna was eating mud, isn't it? Krishna, little Krishna, the child Krishna, was eating mud. Eating mud means what? Finding joy from that which has no. How? Finding joy in that which has no joy. Krishna was eating that mud. What did Yashoda do, the mother? When Yashoda came, what did Krishna do? The child put something in the mouth, and when the mother comes, what will the child do? He closed the mouth so tight that she couldn't. So she commanded. She's the mother, no, she can command. Arjuna has to plead, show me this, that, or even though this, that, but Yashoda alone had the power to command. That's where all the rishis sing the glory of Yashoda, saying, what a tapas you would have done to command him. Yeah, he commanded. Sorry, she commanded. She said, open your mouth. Krishna opened the mouth. And she fainted, isn't it? Krishna opened the mouth and she fainted. Because when Krishna opened the mouth, what did Yashoda see? Season 1 of Vishwarupa, maybe, isn't it? Now the same thing is repeated now to Arjuna. The same thing she saw, and she just fainted. Why? Fear. What is the fear? Not able to accept. What is it that you can't accept? In every event, in every situation, in every person, you necessarily have to experience the opposites, is the reality. This is the law of life. Take it or leave it. Srikanth, நீங்க புடிச்சுக்கோங்க. அடுத்த வாரம் விட்டுருவா. You hold it. In every situation, in every environment, in every person, you necessarily have to experience the opposites. Are you able to follow? It means what? In every situation is a combination of pleasant and unpleasant, that is Vishwarupa. So every situation that is presenting itself in front of you is an opportunity to see the divine. Every person that you associate with having this characteristic of opposites is an opportunity for you to see Vishwarupa. Why? Because in every situation, in every person, in every environment, in every condition, you can say every or all, doesn't matter. You will see both. You will experience both. What is maturity? What is maturity? Accepting both. Accepting both means no criticism, no complaint, no grumbling, no crying, no running away. Yeah. Therefore, yeah, never forget that long back, few years back, in one of the things here, when we got into the floods long back, I think in 2015, I think one of the major things we had, and the whole the locality near my place was all like flooded, and the place where I live is a old age home. Yeah. When I say old age home means all big houses, only old people will be there. Old father and mother will be there. Why? Because rest are all busy with their life somewhere. Yeah. So flood came even before they know what happened. The whole lot came, and so we knew quite a few of them, and we were accommodating a few in our house for 4 days, because for the even if anybody wants to come, the flood has to receive. No, so there are about 6, 7 old people at home. So they started conversations, and one of the ladies asked me, "Sir, you have studied the Vedas and all that, no? Any conversation on this subject starts, my father will get restless, because he knows something I'm going to say, which is going to make it so. Hmm. Hmm. He can't go out in the street after that. That's his problem. Yeah. I'm going to say something. According to him, I'm going to say something very nasty. No, I said, what nasty? Truth is nasty. Now, what to do now? So they said, sir, there is mantra for marriage, no, sir. Similarly, what is the mantra for divorce? There's a lot of mantras, puja, and everything for marriage, no? Hmm? Now, her question is, similarly, when they want to divorce, what mantra we should say? I said, I really don't know, I said. Because the Vedic rishis are not so forward like Ma, I said. We are all very forward. The Vedic rishis are all very backward. Why? Because for them, Vanaprastha they could understand. But they couldn't understand what is this thing called divorce. Why? Because every situation is a Vishwarupa that you are encountering. No. Are you able to follow now? Every situation, every person that you are encountering is the Vishwarupa. In that Vishwarupa, you are going to see, both. Maturity is what? What is maturity? Is to accept both. Reconcile with both. Not to criticize, not to complain. If at all you want to change, what you change? There's only one thing that can be changed. What? The pairs of opposites cannot be changed. The situations cannot be changed. Situation is Vishwarupa. That cannot be changed. The person is Vishwarupa. That cannot be changed. What can be changed? From ignorance, you can move on to knowledge. That can be changed. From ignorance, you can gain knowledge. That is possible to change. And most of the time, we try to change the Vishwarupa. Most of the time, we try to change the external. Most of the time we try to change the other. We want to change the environment. We want to change the other. Everything wants to be changed, change. Vishwarupa comes and tells you what? Wherever you go, these two are going to be there. What are the two? Any situation that you meet, these two are going to be there. What is the two? Opposites is going to be there. Vishwarupa is going to be there. Now, Arjuna is not prepared for this kind of a maturity. So he's got scared. He got afraid. And now what did he say? Go back to your, what did he say? Go back to your gentler form. What is the gentler form that he said go back to? The Chaturbhuja Vishnu form. Now, where did he see Krishna in that original form? Krishna was not walking around with four hands, no. For him to say, go back to Kiritinam, Gadinam, Chakrinam, Cha, because Krishna wasn't walking around like that. Krishna was walking around with Arjuna with two hands only, isn't it? Where was he carrying Gada and all that? And yet, what did he mean by this Rupa? This is the Rupa that gives me comfort. So you create a form that gives comfort to you, and then you get attached to that form. So what is the form that gave comfort? That Chaturbhuja Vishnu form gives comfort. Therefore, he says, I don't want your original Vishwarupa and all. Come back to the Kiritinam, Gadinam, Chakrinam Cha form. That is the transition. That is the transition that we have. That is the transition that we have seen till. That is the transition that we have seen till now. Therefore, it's very the flow. What is the flow? This is the flow. Are you able to follow? This is the flow. The flow is this. At any given point in time, remember, every situation that you encounter is Vishwarupa. Every situation that you encounter is Vishwarupa. Are you okay till now? Mind not willing to accept the opposites will want to take one and reject the other. Again, I repeat. Go through the sequence again. The world creation, the world is made up of opposites. Is the fact. Correct? World means every situation, all situations, all objects, all beings. That's what world means, isn't it? World doesn't mean the Mars and the Pluto and all that. The world means where you are living, what your mind is, where your mind is involved is where your mind is attached and involved is your world. That's why one person will affect you and the same person will not affect somebody else. One person is so destructive as far as you are concerned, the same person somebody else will come and see as the most beneficial. You follow? It means what? The world creation is made up of opposites. How many ever times do you hear this? You cannot accept it when it comes to that 2-3 people. That 2, 3 situations. You can accept it in relation to the rest, but you can never accept it in relation to that few. Are you able to follow? Why that few? Because that's where your mind has pitched up tremendous. That's where your mind has pitched up tremendous hopes and expectations. Where your mind has pitched up tremendous hopes and expectations, dvandvas will be difficult to accept. Where your mind has not pitched up hopes and expectations, dvandvas will be easy to accept. Are you okay till now? Dvandvas will be easy to accept where your mind has not pitched up hopes and expectations. Where your mind has pitched up hopes and expectations, dvandvas will affect. So the unpleasantness that you experience because of that unpleasantness, where you develop dvesha. Again I repeat. The world is made up of opposites. Every situation is made up of opposite. Every situation is made up of opposite means what? Pleasant and unpleasant combined. This combination is not acceptable. It's easy for the mind to say either this person is wholly divine or this person is wholly demonical. But a person is a combination of divine and demonical is difficult to accept. Why it is difficult to accept? Because mind can survive in extremes. Mind can take opposites and can survive. It can never live in the middle, the fact. It can take extremes. What is that extreme? Oh, this person is the... I can take a stance that this person is the savior. Or I can take the stance that this person is demonical. I can take an extreme stance, but I can never see both. What is to see divine in unpleasantness? What is seeing divine in unpleasantness? That unpleasantness is also God. If good is God, bad is also God. If you see a bad quality, that bad quality is also God. But for you to do sadhana, don't practice these bad qualities. Actually, we don't have to practice these bad qualities, and we have it already, isn't it? We don't have to practice to get bad qualities. Bad qualities is what we have naturally. We don't need to train. We don't need training to get jealousy, isn't it? We don't need training to get greedy. But we need training to do. But we need training to perform sacrifices, isn't it? We need training for sacrifices. We don't need training to get greedy. So what is seeing divine in unpleasantness? What is seeing divine in the world means? How would you interpret the word divine here? Divine should be interpreted as law, God. Are you able to follow? Divine should be interpreted as God. Divine should be understood as the law. The law, God, divine, Brahman, all are synonymous. Seeing divine in creation means seeing the law that keeps the creation, that is holding the creation. What is the law that is holding the creation? Opposites. So every situation, every person will have something, will have a set of qualities. Now understand it like that. Every person will have a set of qualities. Guna, guneshu. he said. Every human being will come with a set of qualities. Understanding that human being means loving that human being means what? You understand that human being, you love that human being means what? You accept those qualities. When you accept those qualities, there is a maturity in you to serve, to help. When you are not willing to accept it, there is the dvesha that you develop. When you develop dvesha, carefully follow. When you develop dvesha, you don't hurt the other, you hurt yourself. Dvesha is not, you develop hatred and you think you are going to punish the other. No, there is no punishing the other. In that you punish, in that hatred, you punish yourself. In that you punish yourself. Therefore, what is seeing divine in unpleasantness? What is seeing divine in unpleasant human being? What is that? All human beings must be smiling and very considerate to me, isn't it? All human beings must be smiling, must be considerate, and always be kind to me. Correct? Under all circumstances. Seeing unpleasantness means what? When the kindness is not shown to you, you get affected. Okay. Kindness is not shown to you, but something nasty if shown to you, you get more justified in saying what? This person deserves, I don't know, whatever that person deserves. Vishwarupa comes and tells you that you don't take law onto your hands. There is that divine law that's going to take care if at all there is something that is are able to follow. Same thing with reference to objects. Object is good as long as it doesn't require maintenance, isn't it? Which object you will love to buy? An object that requires maintenance or an object that doesn't require maintenance? Imagine a car that can clean itself every day. How nice it will be, isn't it? Imagine the kitchen that can clean itself every day. How nice it will be, isn't it? Where everything happens by itself and you don't have to do anything. Can it ever happen like that? No. Therefore, you will not be able to accept the statement. What is the statement that you will not be able to accept? Vishwarupa, you will not be able to accept. You will not be able to accept Vishwarupa. When it is said you will not be able to accept Vishwarupa, what is it that you have to do now? Gather maturity to come to that Vishwarupa. Gather maturity to come to that Vishwarupa. In order to gather maturity to come to that Vishwarupa, he is going to give 35 traits to practice. Next chapter. 35 qualities is going to give you to practice. Any one, if you practice, a few that you practice, you will gather that maturity, etc. All that is going to come. But right now, what it is, you will not be able to accept Vishwarupa. Just as Arjuna could not accept Vishwarupa, we all will not be able to accept Vishwarupa. Supposing if a person says, no, sir, I have accepted Vishwarupa. What does it mean? Acceptance of Vishwarupa immediately means one thing. What? The indicators of acceptance of Vishwarupa is detachment. You will get detached. Detachment from everything. I have understood the Vishwarupa, but I still attach to a lot. It doesn't happen like that. Are you able to follow? Ragadvesha, if you accept Vishwarupa, Ragadvesha will drop. The dropping Ragadvesha is a stepping stone towards the ultimate. So what happened till now? The sequence. What happened till now? The sequence. This is the sequence. Your spiritual practices and your gaining your spiritual practices must be at your level of growth. Learn this law. People get very greedy and they jump steps. Spiritual practices must be at your level of growth. It's not demeaning, insulting to be at the fifth standard. To get stuck in fifth standard is wrong. But to be at the fifth standard level, is it wrong? It is not wrong to be in fifth standard, but to be stuck there is wrong. Are you able to follow? Therefore, what do we do? Krishna says, now that you asked for Vishwarupa, I showed you only temporarily, little bit. That's what he said, no? If the entire Vishwarupa was shown for 2 more minutes, he would have dropped. He would have dropped dead. So immediately he bounced back and said, show me your gentler form. What does that gentler form means? Show me the form that will not reveal the truth. Show me the form that will sing a lullaby to me. Show me a form that will sing lullaby to me. Show me the form that will not reveal the truth to me. And what is that form? Arjuna wants to be very clear. That's why he said, Kiritinam, Gadinam, Chakrinam, cha, and all that he said. Because he is very clear, no? What is the form that I want? Everybody is very clear, no? I want a person who will sing lullaby and make me to sleep. I don't like a person who wakes me up. Because waking up means exposing yourself to the realities. Lullaby means a situation where you think you are all right. Lullaby means a weird imaginary state where you think everything is all right, isn't it? Remember Swamiji's statement, he always says, we are well settled, sir. He always says that, no? Everybody come and says, well settled. Family is well settled. Children are well settled. What is this well? Nothing is settled. Or everybody's in the well here, isn't it? What is this well settled? You are settled inside the well only. Gone so deep. What is it? Wanting a lullaby. We want a person who sings the lullaby. Are you able to follow? What is singing lullaby means? Praising your ego. Lullaby means what? Praise your ego. Anybody who pampers you sings a lullaby. Anybody who caters to you sings a lullaby. And we always want people who, and who do we want? We want people who pampers and caters and sings the lullaby. Therefore, he says, sing lullaby to me. What does that singing lullaby to me means? Kiritinam, Gadinam, Chakrinam, etc. This is the sequence which we have studied till now. Next verse, Padingo. Okay.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha Maya prasannena tavarjunedam Rupam param darshitam atma yogat तेजोमयं विश्वमनन्तमाद्यं यन्मे त्वदन्त्येन न द्रष्टपूर्वम् श्रीभगवानुवाच मया प्रसन्नेन तवार्जुनेदं रूपं परं दर्शितमात्मयोगात् तेजोमयं विश्वमनन्तमाद्यं यन्मे त्वदन्येन न द्रष्टपूर्वम्
Sri Bhagavan Vacha, the Blessed Lord said, by my grace, O Arjuna, this form of mine has been shown to you by my own yoga. Supreme, resplendent, primeval, infinite, universal form of mine, which has not seen before by anyone else than you. The Blessed Lord said, by my grace, O Arjuna, this form of mine has been shown to you by my own yoga, supreme, resplendent, primeval, infinite, universal form of mine. The supreme to universal form of mind put within brackets. These are all adjectives to the Vishwarupa. By my grace, O Arjuna, this form of mine has been shown to you by my own yoga, which has not been seen before by anyone else than you. By anyone else than you. Don't worry. Krishna will keep saying this to everyone, he who shows that Vishwarupa. Anybody Krishna asks for Vishwarupa, he will show that. And then he will say, this I have shown only to you. Nobody else has seen it. Secret, I'm only telling you. I have not shared this with anybody else. It makes you feel very special. No, that's all, isn't it? So he's saying, I have, and in the same story, you have seen Krishna having shown this Vishwarupa to, at least in the original Bhagavatam, Krishna has shown Vishwarupa to quite a few. Who are the few that he has shown to? Who are the few that he has shown to? Yashoda, he shown. When he came to do the peace talk, he showed. Now he is showing to Uddhava later, he showed. Yeah, நமக்கு தெரிஞ்ச 4 பேர் ரெக்கார்டட்ல 4 பேர்னா unrecorded to how many people he has shown it, we don't know. But when he says, I have shown this not seen by anybody else, it's so beautiful. So therefore, so not shown to you, but not shown to you by anybody else, but you have only seen it. What did he see? That Vishwarupa of mine I showed to you through my own yoga. My own yoga means what? My own yoga means I have the capacity to brainwash you and make you hallucinate for a while. Dangerous, this is. That's why this, I don't know, these spiritual people look like very dangerous. He brainwashed and made him see a vision. Look at the word that he is using. By my own yoga. Here the word yoga means by my own maya, by my own magic power. Yoga here doesn't mean that huge and all that. Don't give that meaning here. Yoga is derived from the Sanskrit word huge and all that. Just as the word yoga has very many, just as the word Atma has very many meanings, yoga also has very many meanings. Here the word yoga means Maya. By my own Maya, what I did? By my own yogic power, I showed you that form. And when I showed you that form, you got, when I showed you that form, you got scared. Now I will show you the real one. Maya prasannena tavarjunedam. This is what Ramana Maharshi puts it very beautifully in a different way. You will come to a wise man and you will not know what to ask, he said. You will come to a wise man and you will not know what to ask, he said. You will be sitting in front of Vishwarupa and you will be worrying about boss, family, children, health. What you are sitting in front is Vishwarupa, but where is your mind gone? Instead of appreciating and prostrating to Vishwarupa, where did your mind go? This Vishwarupa Darshana you are not able to see because what he calls as the Deha Abhimana, the Putra Abhimana, that mental preoccupation because of attachments. Abhimana means mental preoccupation. That mental preoccupation because of attachments doesn't make you see the Vishwarupa, even though you are in front of Vishwarupa, isn't it? Number two, you are so used to that worrying, not worrying makes you feel uncomfortable. You are so used to complaining of diseases, suddenly you become healthy, you will feel something wrong with you. Yeah. Have you ever observed it? Yeah. You are so used to worrying, you are so used to unhealthy, suddenly you become healthy, you will feel, no, something is wrong with me today. Why? I feel fresh, sir. Because every morning I should wake up crying, no? Every morning I should wake up, what is it? Foggy, yeah? I don't know, what is it, foggy, isn't it? Brain fog. What all words they discover, isn't it? Foggy, congested. All this is because of what? Attachment to we have developed the samsara. In front of Vishwarupa also you are worried about your samsara. So what should be the average starting point of a human being's spiritual growth? The average LKG of a human being's spiritual growth must be Vishwarupa. Because you open your eyes, it's there in front. No. You open your eyes, Vishwarupa is there in front. What more expression, what more philosophical lectures you need? Is there anything beyond that? There. But today what happened? Vishwarupa is there, but we are so preoccupied with our samsara, we don't see it. Yeah. There are some wise people in the group. Wise men பேர் வச்சிருக்காங்க. Yeah, I don't know how they name themselves in this group. அவங்களே கேப்டன் சொல்லிக்கிறாங்க இல்லையா? அவங்களே கேப்டன் சொல்லியிருக்கிறாங்க, அவங்களே வைஸ் மேன் நாராயண்ஜி. I don't know how they, yeah, exactly, but we understand that also இல்லையா? அது பார்ட் ஆஃப் தமிழ்நாடு கல்ச்சர் இல்லையா? ஒரு டைட்டில் கொடுத்தாதான் we feel comfortable, isn't it? வைஸ் மேன். அவருக்கு சார் கோயில் போனா கூட பக்தி இஸ் நாட் கமிங் சார். I said, forget it. Too much of preoccupation with samsara, what else will you get? What else? The Vishwarupa is right there in front. What should be the starting point of spiritual growth? The starting point of spiritual growth should be Vishwarupa. Not from Vishwarupa, it's a demotion. Promotion illa. Vishwarupa lendu aneka rupa, eka rupa na demotion. அந்த ஏக ரூபாய்க்கே சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கணும்னா ஐ டோன்ட் நோ. ஈவன் டு டீச் தட் தெர் இஸ் ஏக ரூபா இஸ் ஆல்சோ ஐ டோன்ட் நோ. அது டிமோஷனுக்கும் கீழே அது. இஃப் அட் ஆல் சம்திங் இல்லை. அதனால்தான் nowadays we have to say 4 categories இல்லையா? சத்வா, ரஜஸ், தமஸ், வேதாந்தா கிளாஸ் அப்படி சொல்லணும் அது, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know where to even place this category. Divya, and don't be a member of this group. Huh? You are all right. Now only you are all right. Don't be a member of this group. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, அது கீழே ஒரு வேதாந்த கிளாஸ்னு ஒரு குரூப். அதுதான் இந்த குரூப். It's a demotion. What is the demotion? You wake up, you open your eyes and look at the world. Opposites are so clearly right there in front. Isn't it? Opposites are there so clearly in front. Why are we not able to? Why are we not able to accept it? Why don't we have the courage to face it and say, yes, this is it? But we find security in what? We have not learned to find security in Vishwarupa. We have learned to find security in samsara. Okay. This is what we studied yesterday or day before, I don't know. I keep talking so many things, and beyond a point, I really don't remember in which class I'm taking what. Remember that? There is the changing mind, and then there is the changing mind, and then there is this changing world. There is this unpredictable mind, and then there is this unpredictable world. Unpredictability plus unpredictability equals predictability. Yeah. Isn't it? Dependency plus dependency becomes independent, isn't it? From where we get all these mathematical equations? LKG mathematics, A plus A, Vijayarangan. A plus A equals Yashasvi Maganti. She claims to be a mathematician. A plus A equals, what is that? 2A, correct? Huh? A plus A equals B. Now, what do you do with that person? Yeah. Insecurity plus insecurity is more insecurity, isn't it? That is samsara. Vishwarupa tells you that security is in this Vishwarupa, not in that. The ahankara loves relationship. The ego for Vishwarupa, for you to appreciate Vishwarupa, that ahankara should not be there. Ahankara and mamakara. Ahankara, I and mine should not be there. It means wherever you have I and mine, you cannot appreciate Vishwarupa, because you will love to say the good as yours and bad as somebody else's. No, all goodness will be yours, badness will go to somebody else, isn't it? But everything is a combination of two. Take it very simple. If you want somebody to accept you, I have accepted you provided you change. Will you like that person? You go to somebody and say, love me. Hmm? And that person turns back and say, yes, I will love you, provided A, B, C, D, you change. Will you like that person? Who will you like? Howsoever you are beautiful. Correct? Howsoever you are fantastic. Howsoever you are, I can't live without you. If somebody says that, how would you like it? Wow. It looks so beautiful even to hear this, no? It's so beautiful even to think somebody can do this. This is called samsara, ahankara, and mamakara. What is Vishwarupa? What is Vishwarupa? Accepting both. Are you will follow? Accepting both. Krishna, Madras Bhashela solnunda Srikanth. What is Krishna saying in Madras Bhasha? Madras Bhasha is slightly but better than Sanskrit also. It looks like that. Yeah. Madras Bhasha, Madras Tamil. Yeah, Madras Tamil. என்ன சொல்றாரு, Ganges கொடுத்தா கூவம் வேணும்னா what to do? I showed you Ganges, Vishwarupa. Now you are asking for Kolattur. அவர் என்ன கேட்கிறாரு? He is saying, I am showing you Ganges. I am taking you to Ganges, and you are saying, take me to இல்ல கேஞ்சஸ்ல வன கூவம் தான் எனக்கு சௌகரியமா இருக்குன்னா what will he do? What will he do? Take him back. You follow? The intention of Vishwarupa is not to scare Arjuna, is not to fear Arjuna, is to tell you the truth. Sishyasteham shadimam tuam prapannam. Remember that. Chapter 2. Arjuna said, Sishyasteham shadimam tuam prapannam. Problem with these masters is they take it too seriously. When Arjuna said it, I am your Sishya, he actually didn't mean it at all. Because he didn't even know what it is to be a Sishya. But still he said, Sishyasteham shadimam tuam prapannam. And Arjuna and Krishna took it so seriously, he is spending so much of time with him. Therefore, because of that Sishyastvam that he said, he developed such an affection and he showed that Vishwarupa. It's an affection of the Guru that he showed Vishwarupa, and the Sishya is saying, I am having discomfort. Now that you are having discomfort, what to do? I will remove your discomfort. By removing your discomfort, I will take you back. But remember, what I showed you is something so rare, so invaluable. Nobody has seen it. So nobody has seen it before. Maya prasannena param rupam darshitam. I'm just rephrasing it. Sandibadi, I'm reading it. I'm not going by the shloka sentence. Every verse that I interpret, I do what we call as the sandhi in Sanskrit. I rearrange it according to the thing and then I keep explaining. So he says, Maya prasannena param rupam darshitam. Maya prasannena param rupam darshitam means you deserve this prasada. What is this prasada? My desire to bless you. Because of my desire to bless you, I showed you this param rupam. What is this param rupam? Superior form I showed you. Nobody has seen this form before. When he says nobody has seen this form before means, what does it mean? It's not to be literally taken at others have not seen. What it means is, I gave you an opportunity, Arjuna. By my own yoga of Shakti, because of this anugraha buddhi that I have, because of this anugraha buddhi, and you said I am your Sishya and you are willing to listen to me, I showed you something which is very, very rare. I showed you something which is very superior. I gave you a bit of true knowledge. What it means is, don't take that literal form there. Because of my affection and the anugraha buddhi, I gave you a real knowledge. What is the real knowledge I gave you? Vishwarupa Darshana is the real knowledge I gave you. Bright, in full form. He himself is glorifying his own form. Beautiful, isn't it? He himself is glorifying that form. It is Tejomayam. Tejomayam means full of, it's so bright. Tejomayam. It is so bright. It is. Not only it is Tejomayam, it is Anantam. Antarahitam. Ananta means Antarahitam. Antarahitam means which doesn't have any boundary. Anta means it has a boundary and end. Anantam means Anta, meaning which doesn't have a which doesn't have a boundary. Vishwarupam. Vishwarupam must be understood as Samasta Rupam, not a special form. Every Rupa in front of you, I have shown you as me. What a knowledge it is. Able to follow? Everything in front of you, I showed you as me. What you should have done by now? If you are matured, what you should have done by now? You should have prostrated and asked for. You should have prostrated and asked for, keep it for some more time. Battle will start tomorrow also. Battle will start tomorrow. In a few seconds, he's saying, go back. Why? Because we are used to creating samsara wherever we go. We want to create an attachment wherever we go. Are you able to follow? Wherever we go, we want to create a samsara. And there are people who will support it also. Whoever supports you are creating samsara, you will like that. Anybody comes and says, no, there is no samsara here, automatically what will happen? You will not like it. Why you like to create samsara? Why you like to create samsara? You like to create samsara because in the deepest core, everybody says, I want to be happy, no? Everybody says, I want to be peaceful, blissful, happy. It's not the truth. Everybody wants to suffer. You are so used to suffering. You like suffering so much. That's why you go and create samsara, ahankara, mamakara. You keep it so much, even though linguistically you keep saying, I want happiness. Linguistically, you say, I want to be peaceful. Linguistically, you say, I want to be happy. But then all that you are doing shows very clearly that you don't know what you are asking for. Are you able to follow? All that you are doing is an exact indication of you don't know what you are asking for. What is it that you don't know what you are asking for? You say, I want the wound to be healed, and you go on scratching it. You know, when the wound is healing, what do you get? What do you get? Itching. And when you scratch it, it's so pleasurable, isn't it? It's so pleasurable it is. Next 3 months, you are willing to suffer for that. You are willing to suffer the entire Janma for that 2 seconds of, 3 seconds of happiness. Is it actually happiness? For that 2-3 seconds of happiness, you are willing to suffer the entire Janma. This is called samsara. This is called samsara. That person who is attached to samsara, even when Vishwarupa comes in front, what will they ask for? Oh, now that you have extraordinary powers, Krishna, sort out my business problem, no? Now that you have so much of things, sort out my family problems, no? Now that you have so much of powers, sort out my health issues, no? Instantly, your mind goes to samsara in a flash. Have you ever noticed it? Instantly, it will go to your samsara. What is going to your samsara means using that to safeguard to protect your samsara. When you come in contact with the divine, you come in contact with the guru, and you will want to use the guru for what? You will want to use the guru to protect the samsara so that I can transcend the samsara, sir. So that I can transcend. Ultimately, Guru, I only want to transcend. Ultimately, Krishna, I only want to transcend. I understand that also. But do something that will prolong the disease so that I will transcend the disease. That's your prayer. Do something that will prolong my disease so that when the disease is prolonged, I can transcend. Can you ever transcend the disease by prolonging the disease? But Arjuna is saying, quickly come back. And I want to prolong the disease. Now, what can Krishna do? What can Guru do? What can Shastra do? That's their beauty. They don't give up. You give up, but they will not give up. Yeah, that's their strength. That's their love. That's their love, their compassion. We give up, but they don't give up. Therefore, he says what? I showed you, Arjuna. This form of mine, I showed you. I gave you a beautiful piece of knowledge. Shochanan vashochastvam prajnavadamscha bhashase gatasuna gatasunscha nanushocanti panditaha. I taught you, Arjuna. Now I showed you. I taught you. I showed you. Now you want to go back. Now you want to go back. Where do you want to go back? Now you want to go back to older form. What is older form? Protecting the samsara. What is your older form? Protecting. What is protecting the samsara means? What is protecting the samsara means? Protecting the samsara means wherever you go, whatever you do, you want an exclusivity. That's protecting the samsara. Protecting the samsara means you want an exclusivity. If that exclusivity is not shown to you, if that exclusivity is not given to you, you will get frustrated. Are you able to follow what samsara means? What samsara means? Wanting exclusivity. In order to gain that exclusivity, that person will be ready to do anything. That's the adharma. Are you able to follow? Wanting exclusivity is samsara. In order to gain that exclusivity, the mind will go to any extent. That going to any extent, excuse me. The mind wanting to go to any extent to do any kind of action to gain that exclusivity is what is adharmic, is what is adharma. Are you able to understand what samsara means? Samsara na bondage, wealth, family, wife, children. Idella samsara kadayadu. Poor things, they are all. Yeah. If you think you are stuck to them, the converse is also true. They are also stuck to you. One look at yourself, how can you even have the conviction that you can be of some happiness to anybody? What an ego it is that you think that you can give some happiness to somebody. How is it even possible? Abdina, you have not even looked at yourself rightly. இதெல்லாம் தான் samsara. Are you able to follow? What does samsara means? You have not looked at yourself rightly, samsara. What is samsara? Wanting exclusivity is samsara. And anybody who promotes that exclusivity, you will like it. Why? Because you don't want to transcend samsara. In the name of transcending samsara, you are changing objects, beings, situations, places. That's all. You change a person, you change people, you change objects, you change situations, but you don't want to get out of samsara. That's why the first lesson we teach children is what? Share, isn't it? அது டீச்சிங்க்கு தான் சார். அது ரியாலிட்டியில ப்ராக்டிஸ்லாம் பண்ணக்கூடாது, isn't it? Sharing. The moment you can share, you have transcended samsara. The moment you can share, you have transcended samsara. But you cannot share. Why? Ranji, we need to have another project for you. Yeah, people are giving him projects after projects. Another project I will also give you. I have not given you any projects till now. No. Everybody is giving you projects on my behalf. Working. ஏதாவது ஒரு மிஷின் கண்டுபிடிங்க இல்ல, every 10 seconds அதுவே ஒரு drop of water should put in my mouth, so my throat doesn't get 4-5 voices you will not hear, otherwise you will be hearing 4-5 voices, no? Wherever you go, you want that. What is samsara? Seeking exclusivity is samsara. Vishwarupa tells you what? Vishwarupa taught you what? What did Vishwarupa said? Everything is there for you to associate with. Everything is there for you to relate with. But to claim exclusivity, you lost it. That's why Ekarupa Bhakti also people like. This Anekarupa, Vishwarupa and all people will not like. Ekarupa Bhakti also people will like. Why Ekarupa Bhakti also people will like? Because there's an exclusivity there. My God, my deity. Yeah. My God, my deity. Exclusivity இருந்தாதான் politics பண்ண முடியும். Politics is possible only where you can claim exclusivity. If you have started seeing Vishwarupa, you can't do politics anymore. Are you able to understand? Ya pashyati, ta pashyati. What else to do? Yeah. Exclusivity won. That seeking exclusivity is samsara. And you love this exclusivity. Vishwarupa told you exclusivity isn't there. That's why Ekarupa Bhakti we like. My God, my deity, isn't it? Even their exclusivity. And that my God should not become somebody else's God. Even if it becomes somebody else's God, it should go through me only. I will decide. Everywhere samsara equals formula போட்டு வச்சுக்கோங்க. Samsara equals exclusivity. That exclusivity is so satisfying to ahankara and mamakara. Another, even if you want to motivate a person to work, what you have to say? உங்களால மட்டும்தான் முடியும். நீங்க இல்லைன்னா, if you are not there, what will I do? Then, wow, yes, sir, I'm ready now. Oh, no, there are 100 people I have. Want? No, I have other things to do, sir. Yeah. How many people come and tell me, sir, I want to do this, do this. I say, yeah, correct, but I have 100 people already. Do you want to be 101? Oh, sorry, sir, I have other important things to do. Why? The moment you give exclusivity, there is an attraction. Now, samsara gets created like that only. Are you able to follow? In Ekarupa, exclusivity will be there. Samsara, attachment, bondage means what? Exclusivity. That, Arjuna, is your downfall. Because exclusivity gives you a false sense of security. That false sense of security is samsara. Are you able to follow? Again, exclusivity is samsara. Why you want exclusivity? Because exclusivity will give you a false sense of security. What is that false sense of security? Please, you will be there, no, sir. Always. Why should I be there always? There is a divine there always. No. Vishwarupa is there in front of you always. Why should a particular form only has to be there in front of you always? There is Vishwarupa in front of you always. There is protection in front of you always. But samsara, ahankara, ignorance will not like this. Ignorance always like what? Security in the form of exclusivity. Because of ignorance, we seek security through exclusivity. Remember that. Because of ignorance, ahankara, mamakara, we seek security through exclusivity. That's why my child, what a satisfaction it will give. To the child, it is very irritating when the parent says, because when the parent says, my child, the child gets very irritated and frustrated. Why? Because some originality of the child is robbed away, no? My child, என்ன அர்த்தம்? Affection, sir, it is. It is love and affection. See the parent. Why? Because that exclusivity and the ownership cannot be shared with anybody else there. Yeah, that's where it is so beautiful. It's so beautiful because it cannot be shared with anybody else. Vishwarupa comes and tells you what? Everything in creation is meant to be shared, not to be owned. Everything in creation is meant to be shared. Water is meant to be shared. Air is meant to be shared. Sunlight is meant to be shared. Love and affection is meant to be shared. Wealth is meant to be shared. Everything is meant to be shared. Correct. Next class, I will go and give this as a discourse to somebody else now. Now that I have learned it, now I will go and give this as a discourse to somebody else. To that extent only we receive. Beyond that, we don't. Vijay உங்க ஆர்பிட்ரி மீட்டிங்ல எல்லாம் இதெல்லாம் சொல்லாதீங்க இல்லையா? Don't go and say all this in your meetings and all. Don't do all this. Exclusivity. We seek security through exclusivity is samsara ajnanam. Vishwarupa threatened that. So he want to go into lullaby. What is the lullaby that he wants to go into? That form which will give me a sense of security, which I can call it as mine, etc. Are you able to connect? Seeking security and comfort in exclusivity is One word. Seeking security and comfort in exclusivity is one word. அதோட will conclude for today. டைப் பண்ணுங்க சும்மா டைப் பண்ணுங்க. ஈகோ, ஃபெயில், சம்சாரா, செல்ஃபிஷ்னஸ், எல்லாம் ஃபெயில். அதர்மா, டபுள் ஃபெயில் இல்லையா? 2 ஜென்மாக்கு ஃபெயில். ஃபெயில் ஃபார் 2 ஜென்மாஸ். சீக்கிங் செக்யூரிட்டி அண்ட் கம்ஃபர்ட். விஜய், என்னப்பா கேள்வி கேட்டேன்? ஐ ஃபர்காட் மை கொஸ்டின். வெங்கட், என்ன கொஸ்டின் கேட்டேன்? Seeking security and comfort in exclusivity is delusion. 3 janma fail. Yeah. One word. Anybody says that one word? Ignorance. Shankaracharya level ka answer kudukranga. Vijay, na ye level ka answer kekra. I am seeking an answer at my level. And everybody is giving answer at Shankaracharya level. Selfish, eternal. Seeking security and comfort through exclusivity is insanity. Insanity it is. Insanity na enna artham? Madness it is. Pramudaha, vimudaha, mudatma. He kept on saying, no, insane people, insanity this is. And so used to this insanity, sanity we get frightened about. That's the problem. That's how I started by saying we are so used to being insane. Suddenly when sanity is given to you, you feel so scared that you want to go back to insanity. Yeah. Suddenly you feel so healthy and fresh that morning you have to find a disease. You have to find a situation to make you go back to what? That sickness. Huh? Remember this. Samsara is seeking security and comfort in exclusivity. Vishwarupa tells you what? It's there. The divine is there in everything. So everything that you are seeing is me. Everything that you are associating is me. The moment you see is as me, there's no such thing called good and bad. You have transcended good and bad. There's no such thing as right and wrong. There's no such thing as good and bad. There's only one thing. What? There's only one thing. What? Me. 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 Me na God nartho. God. 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 அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் இந்த கொஸ்டின் வருது. வாட் இஸ் தட் காட்? அதுக்கு என்ன ஆன்சர்? தத்துவமசி. தட் வி நோ ஆல்ரெடி. அப்பா அதெல்லாம் அந்த டிஸ்கஷன்ல நாம் போல. பிகாஸ் வி ஆர் ஆல் எக்ஸ்பர்ட்ஸ் இன் தோஸ் டிஸ்கஷன்ஸ். ஹூ இஸ் தட் காட்? தத்துவமசி. ஐ am. Look at the sequence now. Samsara is seeking comfort, seeking security and comfort in exclusivity is samsara. That's selfish, gross. All of you said it rightly. All the words that you said is right. It's not wrong. But you should know how to use the right word that should bring a transformation. That's what I'm trying to explain. Are you able to follow? All the words that everybody used is not wrong. But you should know how to use the word. That word should bring about some transformation. I want to keep the exclusivity, but don't want attachment and worries. That is our prayer. Exclusivity I will keep, but worries and anxieties and attachment and sorrow and suffering I should not have. I will retain the cause, but remove the effect. Does it make any sense? Everybody comes and says, I will retain the cause, remove the effect. What is the effect? Worry, the anxiety, the fear, the insecurity, the suffering is the effect. What is the cause? Seeking exclusivity is the cause. So everybody says, I will keep the cause, but remove the effect. அதுக்கு தாயத்து தான் கொடுக்கணும், isn't it? You can only give the talisman and say, everything will be all right. And then you understand nothing is right. By my yoga shakti, by my maya, I showed you this form, Arjuna. And what I showed you is so invaluable. Now that you are not able to take that which is truly invaluable, I will filter it down. I will water it down. I will water it down. And he is going to water it down. And when he is going to water it down, Sanjay also will come in. Because on the time avunla water down பண்றதுக்கு. So Sanjay will fill in that time gap in between. Yeah. With this, we conclude for today. We'll continue next week.